Hello everyone, welcome back to social media training. This is the fourth session, so we have two more. And today is going to be particularly interesting because I know a lot of people have been asking questions about this, what we're doing today. So yeah, let's keep the class engaging as usual. And if you have any questions during the course of the training, please just drop them in the chat and I'll answer the questions. So today we're looking at paid adverts. So Facebook and Instagram ads. We're going to run, I'll run you through the process of running a Facebook and Instagram ad. And if there's still enough time at the end, I can actually try to set up an ad from here so you can see it. Okay, so in running Facebook and Instagram ads today, we're doing how to set it up, something called A/B testing for your ads, audience targeting. I will look into some case studies and why they were successful, and then I'll show you some tools that you can use to track your ads when you run them online. So firstly, for the assignments last week, I'm going to mention the three people. Well, everyone did well, but I'm going to just mention three people that did particularly well. So there's Ifeoluwa David Oluwole, and this is just a screenshot of the video that she used to run her ad, and she had her audience and everything. She didn't particularly schedule the ad or schedule the ad, but she has her audience details, her campaign goal, and everything that I've taught basically written down in a full document, which I read through with her caption, call to action, and everything. The next person is Norina. I don't know what this person's actual name is, but the company is Norina, and this is what the person has posted. Very simple, very catchy. So if you're struggling, book a session. And I think the document was about 5 pages, so I could only put one tiny screenshot here, but they went into like the demographics, the full breakdown of what they're going to do to run the ad. So it was beautiful. And the third person is Inspired Adire. This person actually did their post and sent screenshots of them trying to schedule the ad. So we have like his daily budget, the placements, so where he wants the adverts to show on Facebook, as well as his goal, which is what I thought you guys. So his goal was to visit the profile, which is probably an awareness ad, right? And you can see that he picked something from some of the samples that I've given you, something like limited pieces available, DM to grab yours before it's gone. So it just shows that people actually understand what I've taught so far, which is really good. So let's go into why should we use Facebook and Instagram ads? Firstly, it's a large population, right? And Facebook, I mean the world generally, Facebook has about 3 billion users and Instagram has a little less, 2.35 billion users. So whatever you're trying to sell or advertise to people, just know that these two platforms are where you can find your customers because there are millions. And when I say millions, now I'm talking about maybe Nigeria. So there are millions of people in Nigeria that are still part of these billions that are here that you can easily target. So I've written here that if your audience is online, they're probably on Facebook, which makes these platforms perfect for reaching almost everyone. And why, again, should you use it? Because you can use different formats of adverts, which is why we went into the type of content you should do and um and the type of content that you can post generally. So we have images, videos, carousel, stories, polls. I think we broke that down in the last class. So you have a variety of content types that you can post, which is great. We also have targeting options, which we have really hammered on. So you can reach people based on what you want particularly. So you're not just running an ad to millions of people, you're reaching the people that are going to buy your service or your business. So that's another reason to use Facebook and Instagram ads. Now we're going to go into how to run it. And in case it's getting a little too technical, please comment on the group and I will, either repeat what I've said or break it down. Is everybody ready? Please type yes in the chat if you're ready, and we'll go on. All right, great. Thank you. Getting it a bit slower. Sorry, I'm in Lagos, by the way, so that's why the network might seem a bit slow, but thank you. I've seen your messages. All right, so where do you start when you want to run a Facebook ad? You can either download the ads manager on your phone, because I know most people are on their mobiles, or you can visit this link on your laptop, and I can show you another way to do it if you're on the Facebook platform. So you use the Meta Ads Manager to set up your ads. You choose your goal, which is what we've spoken about, and then whatever you choose will give you a longer option or a longer list of options that you can now select. So let's go into it. So first things first, if you're on your personal Facebook, I use the laptop for this, right? If you're on your personal Facebook, you see this icon at the top right, this tiny one. Sorry, I'm trying to minimize this thing. Okay, so you see this icon at the top right. If you click on it, it should show you these options, and then you can click on Ads Manager here. So that's one way to access your Ads Manager. Another way is by downloading it again, or just typing this into your browser, and then it will pop it up. So once you've gone to your Ads Manager, you can create an ad. It would have already, once you open it, if you're opening it for the first time, Facebook might run you through a few prompts to create your own ad, what's it called now? Your own ad account. Yeah, your own ad account, but it might create one for you automatically if you have a business page on it. But so what you do is just click on create, and it will give you pop-up options. So when you click on create, it will ask you what your objective is, which is why we really went through, the objectives for running an ad. So it's either you want the awareness, the traffic, the engagement, leads, app promotion. I showed a screenshot of this last week. So these are the options that Facebook will give you. I'll still show you what Instagram will give you after a while. So once you create an ad, you select your campaign objective. So you must actually know what your plan is for your ad before you decide to run one. So let's quickly do a quick poll. Which of these Facebook ad objectives guarantees the most website purchases? So I'll just wait for Godwin to put up the poll, and then when the response is up, I will continue. Thank you. All right, so I'll just wait for the results to pop up, and then we can go on. Okay. This was actually a trick question. Oh, wow. This was a trick question. It's none of the above, actually. I can see a lot of people think conversions or traffic, but it is a Godwin, the answers have gone down, but anyways, yeah, so it's a trick question. Is none of the above. What guarantees the success of your Facebook ad or most website purchases is not the goal that you select, is a different, it's a combination. Thank you. It's a combination of different things in your ads, like the content copy that you use, the quality of the visuals that are on the content copy, how you target, so who you're targeting, and the landing page. So even if you're doing a conversions or traffic ad, if you're sending people, for example, if you're doing a traffic ad and you're sending people to send you a message on WhatsApp, right? And if you don't respond to their WhatsApp messages, you're not particularly getting your purchases or anything. So it's not about directing them to the website, it's about how you direct them to the website. So the content you're using to draw them in, the targeting you're using to reach them when you're doing your advertising, and then when they visit the website itself, what do they see on it? Is it something that when they open it, they just close it? Or have you put like important details or very, very important details on the website that they can easily click on. And I'll give you an example. If I run an advert, or I'm sure you've probably seen adverts that once you click on it and it takes you to a website, they now start asking you for long things and you just close it. So that's where the problem comes from. So you're not going to get a purchase if your website is not giving people ease, or if it's not easy for people to quickly do something or carry out a transaction on the website. I hope we understand that. Please, it's not conversion. No. I see Clement said, that was my reaction actually, because in my head I said, okay. So I got a few messages during the week, people that have missed the last few classes. I hope they've watched the videos, but for their sake and just so that we don't mix things up again when running an advert, I'm going to just run through the goals that we have on Facebook. And Facebook has kindly broken down what these things are good for. So even when you're running your ad, it will show you, if you want to click on traffic, it will pop up and show you what you can get from it. So for example, awareness, so people that are likely to remember them, that means they show it to people that they just believe would remember your adverts. It's just for awareness, to put you in the face of people. So if you're looking for reach, brand awareness, video views, store location awareness, these are the things you can use an awareness ad for. So this one's just show your ads to people just so they can see what you're doing. So if you have a new location, you can run an advert saying we have a new location. So that's an awareness ad. And I know we've gone through it. So if you haven't, if you didn't watch if you weren't in the last 3 classes, please watch on YouTube and you'll get a better understanding of what I'm saying. And traffic ads. So if you want to calculate your maybe if your goal is to get 1,000 link clicks, or so it can be your website. If you want people to click 1,000 times, you can use like traffic or your landing page. A landing page is a website page, basically. So if you run an advert, what page would they go to on your website? It might not be your home page. It might be a page particularly set up for them to buy something. So that's what a landing page is. You can do a traffic ad for Instagram profile visits. Maybe you just want them to visit your profile, which is why your content on your profile has to be beautiful so that when people visit, there's something they can see there and they want to follow your page. You can run a traffic ad for Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, or calls. So when you are setting up the ad and you want to select your goal, you can put your phone number or your WhatsApp, and whatever ad you run, the clients will end up on your calls or in your calls on your WhatsApp. And engagement ads are also good for Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, and video views as well, post engagement, conversions, and calls. So this one, if you want people to do something, we talked about engagement being, you're not just talking to them, unlike awareness where you're telling them something. Engagement, they have to do something with you as well. So they're either sending you a message or something like that. And then we have leads. These are the ones that we didn't particularly cover because they all fall under other categories. So leads, for example, falls under conversions. You're trying to convert people or something like that, or lead generate. Sorry, sales falls under that, but leads fall under lead generation. So you can collect leads for your business or your brand. So if you want people to fill a form or send them to your Instagram or your Facebook Messenger, conversions or phone calls, you can do that. So leads, from there, you can now give them more information to now buy something from you. If you have an app and you want to promote it, this is particularly for you. And they put it separately because they have different metrics that they track when it's app promotions. Then there's sales. So if you want people to buy something particularly, this one, the type of advert you will run, I'm sure if you remember some examples in the last class where there were some bags, so those ones you can run a catalog. So if you're selling something like Adara, for example, you can put different designs that you have and run it as a catalog. So that will bring, sales, but just make sure that the content again that you're pushing out is attractive. So if anyone is confused up to this point, please let me know. Or if you want me to go on, please type yes or an emoji or something in the in the chat. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So the first thing I said was to choose your goal, right? So for the sake of this training, I have chosen engagement. So when you choose engagement or whatever you choose, actually, it will still pop up to another page. Facebook gives you the option to have a tailored messages campaign, which I do not use that option because I like to be more in control of what I'm doing. So Facebook can tell you that, or they will just help you target people based on what they think you like, they'll do this, do that, but I would rather set it up myself. So I would encourage you, especially because you're just starting, to use the manual engagement campaign so that you can be more in control of what you're doing. And after you select that, the next thing they will ask you for your conversion location. So make sure you name your ad set because you might be running more than one ad. So for example, it could be Adira 2025. So maybe those are the new designs that you have 2025, maybe not the old ones. So you want to advertise only the new ones to a certain category of people. So it asks you what you want to do. So you can either get people to send you a message on Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram. You can get people to comment on your post itself. So Facebook will only give the option for people to comment on the Facebook advertisement itself. You can do calls, you can do websites, you can send them to your app or your Facebook page. And if you look on the right, you can see that whenever you select some certain options, Facebook shows you how many people you can reach and the conversions. I know we talked about metrics last week, like how to know if your ads are doing well. And I explained reach, engagements, conversions, etc. So you can see that even if 4.2 thousand to 12,000 people are seeing your post, they're telling you that 6 to 18 people are the only ones that are likely to be converted into customers or to actually go to your website. So Facebook is telling you that they will show this advert to this amount of people, but they're telling you that this is, what you might likely get as a result. So when you choose your conversion location, for this, we have selected messaging apps here. So either Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram. And for this ad, we just decided to untick WhatsApp. So just to show you that you don't have to do all the platforms together. If you don't want messages to your WhatsApp, Facebook will already give you this option if you're linked, like if your Facebook is linked to your Instagram or something like that. So for this, we want Messenger and we want Instagram, but we do not want WhatsApp, right? Or you can decide to connect another phone number if you want. You can see you can connect a maximum of 50 phone numbers per Facebook page. It's just that when you start connecting too many numbers, sometimes you get bad on Facebook. And one thing you don't want to do is for them to take down your ad account. It's a long and stressful process. So when you're running ads, be very careful. Clement said, is the margin not too small? Yeah, it is. It's really small. And it never used to be like this. Facebook ads have gotten more expensive over time and the results have gotten a bit lower. So a lot of people have to spend more now. You're not spending sometimes a lot of money, you might not really get results. But I think that's the world we live in, to be honest. This is directly from Facebook Ads Manager. So if you open your Facebook, I'll open my own personal Facebook and then still run you through the process. These are screenshots from it, but I'll just do that just so that you guys understand what I'm doing. Okay, so the next step after choosing your conversion location, again, these things, Facebook will be showing you page by page, so you don't have to be confused on anything. Like once you select this, when you click next, it will actually tell you what they need you to do next. So the next thing they want you to do is budget. And I think I mentioned last week that there's daily and there's something called lifetime budget. So for your lifetime budget, you can see that they're telling you what to spend. For your lifetime budget, if you decide to spend, let's say 30,000, if you put sometimes you put 30,000 here, and you put a time frame, it will tell you that that amount of money is too small for the advert that you want to run, and they will tell you that you might not get results. So just play around with the pricing that you want to, because this is for your personal businesses. So just play around with the pricing that you want to do, and it will let you know if the ad will run. So for the sake of this, we've selected a daily budget of 3,918 naira, and they're telling you that your maximum daily spend will be 6,965, and your maximum weekly spending, so you know how much to put in your Facebook ad account. Another thing, when you are loading money, especially if you're doing prepaid, make sure you have a little more than the amount of money that you're running for the ad, so that you don't end up owing Facebook, because when you do that after a few times, again, they take down your account. So you have to do everything to make sure they are not taking down your account. So for this, we've set a date. From the advert will run from March 11th to March 17th. I usually set an end date so that I don't forget to end the advert. If not, it will just keep running, and then your money is wasting. So please, if you're just starting this and might not remember to actually stop your ad after a few days, please set an end date so that the ad automatically stops on that day. So now we're spending 3,980, and the advert starts 11th to the 17th. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your laptop. If you're doing it on your phone, if you're you have to download the Meta Business Suite. I'll also show you at the end of the training. But yeah, you can download it on your phone. But if you are using the Facebook app on your phone, you can't access it. You have to download the business suite. But if you're using your laptop, you can access it directly like this. But these screenshots are from a laptop. So I've said something here that a good advert should last at least 5 days for good conversion, and I'll tell you why. So if I run an advert today and you see me selling a dress, you might not particularly want to buy it today. You might not remember to save the advert today, because most people save it and say, well, I'll go back to it to buy when I'm ready. But tomorrow or 3 days time, you might think, oh, it's the weekend now, I need this dress. Well, I've already stopped my advert because I ran it for one day. Then the point of me running the advert, I only put it in your face and removed it. Like, you didn't get to see it over and over again to remind you that this dress exists, right? So that's why I think your ad should run at least 5 days so that you can know that you're getting some good conversions from your ad. So for audience, we talked about that. So that's the demographic side of things. You have your location here. It will give you the option, if you click on show more options, it will give you the option to select where you want. For now, I don't think you should think of some of this Advantage Plus and things like that. Facebook will also give you the option to actually reach more people than you are targeting. They'll ask you, do you want us to reach more people if the advert will perform better? So just toggle yes or click yes whenever you get to that point. So your locations, you can decide to select local, or when I say local, I mean or regional, sorry. So like Yaba or Ikotun or something like that, or you can do more local, so you can do Nigeria. And if you want an international audience, you can do international audiences. You don't have to select only one location, so you can select multiple places. Yes, Apple does charge now. If you run ads directly on the phone, yes, they charge their own fee. So run the advert on, even if it's an Instagram ad, they will charge you. So run the advert on the laptop. That's the best way to do it now. So they don't charge you the Apple fees. Okay, so again, when you're doing your location and things, it will show you on the right side. I think you can see here your audience. So it will tell you if the audience is too narrow, they think you're not reaching enough people. It will tell you if it's okay, and it will tell you if it's best to start with a broader audience. And then when you start seeing, so maybe after 2 days, 3 days, you see that more people in K2 are watching your advert or are likely to click on your link, then you know next time when you're running an ad that maybe you should just focus on that area, but it's best to start broad first and see where your customers are coming from. Like if you're selling something, I'll use Adira again because I don't know, it just keeps coming to mind. So if you're selling something like Adira, for example, you can decide to run an ad within Nigeria first. So if you find that you're getting more people calling you from Kano to buy, then you know that, okay, that's where your audience is. That's one of the things I talk about. Like it's part of your research to see, where are these people calling from. So if more people are calling you from Lekki, for example, you know that, okay, you probably have more customers there, and then you know where to focus. But if there's some places in Nigeria when you run your advert that you see that nobody has ever called you, it might be best to save your money and stop targeting those areas so that you can focus your money on, more places where you are likely to get solutions or to get clients. And so Facebook will give you the option on the right. Again, I'm in Lagos, so there were network issues. But Facebook will give you the option to see what your ads will look like when you're selecting them. They'll give you a preview. So you can either decide to, when you've done every other thing, the last thing to do is to set your adverts itself. So you can either decide to use a post that you've posted before or a post that you've shared before. So maybe something you've already posted on your Facebook or Instagram page, they'll give you the option to select it here. You can see it. Or if you want to create an ad, they'll give you the option to upload your picture or your video and write what you want to write. So make sure you write like, the your caption, your call to action and everything. And on the right, they'll give you previews. So the previews will show you. So that's why I said something about sizing. I remember doing a sizing class where I said there are different sizes for different platforms. So if you're running a Facebook feed ad and you're using an Instagram reel size, when your Facebook ad is delivering to some places, they will show you actually on the right. I'll see if I can show you. You see that it will cut off maybe the top, cut off the bottom, cut off somebody's head or things like that. So that's why sizing also matters for whatever content that you're posting, especially if you're going to use the content to run an ad. If you're running a video, they will show you that some placements. So they can say if this video is running on Instagram Reels, it might not show this part of it, might not show. Maybe if you're doing an Instagram Reel or you're doing a video and you put your phone number at the bottom, if you're running an advert in some places, the phone number might not show. So Facebook automatically, thankfully, they will tell you to maybe adjust your your content so you can decide to move it up to show the phone number, or maybe just find another way to pass your phone number across, things like that. Okay, if we understand to this point, please let me know. File size, no, it doesn't matter. Informa says, does the file size matter? Does it affect the ad? No, no. I've run Facebook ads with very large files, but most times I actually still just compress because I don't know, it's faster to upload. So you find that when you're uploading an advert, sometimes if it's very large, it might take longer. So it's best to just compress. And whenever you want to compress a video, you can use a free online compressor, video compressor or something. Just make sure you're compressing with the quality still intact. They'll ask you if you want them to reduce quality or keep the quality. So the quality is still intact, it's fine. So just compress, it makes it easier and faster for you. And then Clement says, we have to fit everything perfectly. Exactly. So you have to ensure everything fits. So they will show you a long list of placements. They'll say, oh, this is how it will look on Facebook stories. This is how it will look on Instagram. This is how it will look on Facebook feed. This is how it will look on Facebook Marketplace. So if you are selling something on Facebook Marketplace, they will show you that, oh, it will cut off this part. So adjust which part you want to show. So things like that are things that you have to look out for when you're running an advert. And again, obviously, the ad formats, this is for people that sent me a message, particularly during the week that they weren't in some of the classes. So the ad formats are obviously image ads. Make sure, again, that they're very simple and eye-catching. The example, the business person, Norina, I think, yeah, the assignment she submitted, I like the fact that the caption or the content on the graphic design was very simple. So she she only said, "Are you struggling with marketing?" Which is a very heavy statement because a lot of people are struggling with marketing. So she has captured a lot of attention with that title. And she said, "We can help you. Let's do this, let's do that." So that is a perfect example of how simple and eye-catching an image ad can be. It can also be a picture of something. So if you see the example inspired Adire, the assignment that he submitted, he put a picture of the shirt itself, so you know the type of shirt you're wearing. But next time I would suggest that the shirt is not just a picture, it has to be shown on somebody's body. So it might be best put it on a man's body with, or a woman's body, which will attract more people than just, laying it out. I know the outfit is beautiful or anything, but again, visual representation. So you want the picture, or you want a person to be able to picture themselves or themselves wearing the outfit. So we have video ads as well. Make sure you show your products early enough, so the first few seconds pass your message across. I think I've mentioned that a few times. If your advert is too long, yeah. After a while, people get tired, people get bored. So just make sure that whatever information you're passing is being passed in the first few seconds. Can anybody see me, by the way? I don't know. Okay, great. So we have carousel ads. This is when you show multiple products in one ad. So these are for people that sell something, or even people that run services. You can decide to maybe have different content copies or caption copies to advertise each of your services. So for example, if you're a marketing firm like Marina, you can put a list of services or something. So the first page of your carousel can be social media management. The second page can be something else. So you're advertising different things that one company does, but in one carousel. So people just swipe and see. And then there's Instagram or Facebook stories ads. So again, that's where sizing matters. You cannot use the same size for that, for an image or something like that. So make sure again that your content is important, because content is key. Then statistics show that video adverts on Facebook actually have a higher engagement rate compared to static image ads. And the static image ads that actually do better are the ones that have people in them. So maybe somebody is smiling, somebody is doing something, anything that people can actually see. And Clement, we can do Twitter ads later, but I don't it's not actually in the list of, or on the list for our plans. LinkedIn and Google are for next week, because I think those are the platforms where you can get results. For Twitter, I don't really know. I've never had a good experience with Twitter ads, because people are just chatting and chatting. They never really. I'm sure if I ask you if you've ever engaged with a Twitter ad, you say no. So I would suggest don't waste your money on that app. That's what I'll just say. You can easily get viral on Twitter if you post something funny. So I would rather suggest use a viral strategy. So just post something that can go, that people can share, retweet, stuff like that. But I wouldn't suggest you using your money to run a Twitter ad, to be honest. I use Twitter as well, but I would not, I've never clicked on a Twitter ad. I would rather I'd rather click on a viral post than a Twitter ad, if you understand what I'm saying. So if you're posting an image ad, I'm not saying everybody should, start doing videos. If you're posting an image ad, just make sure it's something really appealing. If you're selling clothes, cupcakes or something, make sure it's a nice picture. If you're selling cupcakes, can even be a picture of somebody, biting into it, so there's a person. So when people see things like that, they kind of imagine themselves or put themselves in the position of whoever is in the advert. So it might be easier to have like a person representing your product or service. Um, so to create an ad, we went through this was the first thing, but I'm just going to say it again, because when you're running your Facebook ad, these are the things they will ask you. And these are the things that can waste your money when you're reaching the wrong people. So you have to, first things first, create a buyer persona. So a buyer persona is when you think about who you are trying to reach and you make a profile of the person. So it's like a fake customer. Like you are creating a character for your business. You are developing somebody that doesn't exist for your particular business. So who the person is, where do they live? Remember we did that in targeting. I think that was the first week. What do they like? What problems do they have? And how are you bringing a solution to them? So I'm going to give you another poll and then we'll see. So we've done a persona of somebody called Ada. I'm sorry, Ada has done a persona. I was going to do a persona for her clients. So I'm going to show you which ones will perform better and why. So hold on. So Ada sells fitness gears. Which of these buyer personas will perform better for her ads? So will be better for her ads and why? So we have A and we have B, and then the poll will come up. So we'll see which ones you guys select. So I'll just wait for everyone to finish. Dorcas even already typed in the group saying A. Dorcas, why do you think is A? I need you guys to type in the group why you think A is a better option. I can see a lot of people saying A. We're still waiting for the results of the poll, but yeah, Joy, you're right. So Joy says A is more detailed. Dorcas says A. Suleiman says A. Clement says A fits well to the type of ads. Dorcas says B is generic and doesn't have a pinpoint. Exactly. Okay, so when you're done with the poll, let's see what the results says. Hopefully nobody has ticked B. Ruth says because A is explanatory enough. Yes. So I think the results are coming up. Who are the people that said B? Please, who are these people? Identify yourselves because I don't I don't understand why anybody would say B. Okay, so I'll read some of your comments. Olamide says A is more detailed, stating problems and also giving solutions. Ruth says stating the pain point of the customer and the solution. Yeah, exactly. Informa says A because persona A is more likely to be converted since the person's interest is similar to the ad. And then Ifeoluwa says A is specific. Yeah, that's why. So if you don't know who you are targeting, when you are running an advert, when they ask you what age, you run age. You can decide to run age 18 to 65 because that's what Facebook give you. They give you the age is 18 to 65 generally. But if you are selling a short skirt, why would a 65-year-old buy a short skirt? So you're wasting your money. So it's important to know what your persona is. Clement is laughing at you people that selected B in the chat. So maybe in the poll. So for Ada's fitness company or for her fitness gear that she wants to sell now, persona A will fit better because she knows the age that she wants to sell to. So it might not be, oh, doctors can't see the poll. I wonder why. It's gone. Maybe the next one, hopefully you see the next one. So excuse me. So the age for Ada's fitness gear that she'll target is 28. Obviously, it won't be just 28 years old. It might be within that range. So maybe 25 to 30. She's trying to reach young people that like healthy things, that like fitness influencers. So they fit into a particular age range. But for her own buyer persona here, this is her ideal client. This is the ideal person she would like to reach out to. So someone in professional services that lives in Lagos, perhaps she only delivers within Lagos. So there's no point running an advert within Nigeria since she's only delivering to Lagos. The problem for the persona is that the person wants to stay fit but doesn't have time for the gym. So they can just buy the workout gear and use it at their house, right? And the solution is the workout gear will save her time. So she knows what she's trying to target. So when she goes on Facebook and she's trying to run an advert, she's not going to be selecting some very ridiculous things that really don't have to do and have anything to do with what she's selling. So step one, we said is to build your buyer persona. So create a buyer persona, your ideal clients, and then use your clients to now target your audience. So that would be your, again, demographics, your location, your interests, your behavior. So for example, for Tola, I just mentioned that she will target women between 25 to 35. Those are people that work in professional space. Maybe when they get home from work, they don't have time to go to the gym, so they just want to do something quick inside their living rooms or in their bedrooms. So we already know the type of demographic to to target, right, based on Tola that we've used. For location, we want Lagos. So let's say, for example, she wants to deliver outside Lagos or somewhere close by that they can only just, it's not quite a distance. So she can decide to add Ogun State or places around the borders of Lagos State, right? Or if she decides to do something more national, so if she wants to deliver within Nigeria, if she's running an advert, then she can run directly throughout Nigeria, right? And then for interests, she would, when you are targeting now, you have to select people that are interested in maybe yoga, fitness, healthy living. You can also target people into, I don't know if the word gym will pop up when you're targeting, but if the gym word pops up, you can click on it. Some people might not go to the gym, but like watching gym content, somebody like me. So I watch it and I'm like, okay, I'll go next week, but never. Then behaviors. So you can look at their online habits. So people that shop online, so you know how exactly to target them online. Or people that follow fitness influencers. So if you're maybe doing a collaboration, you know exactly what category of fitness influencers to collaborate with. For example, for something fitness related, you cannot collaborate with influencers that are not known to be in the fitness field because you are reaching a different type of audience and you're wasting the money. Essentially, the thing you don't want to do when you're running an ad is to waste money. And then step three is to test and refine your targeting. So start with a broader audience. I mentioned this earlier. Then narrow it down as you see what works for you. You can use a lookalike audience to find similar people to your best customers. You can check your ad performance regularly, so make sure you check after every few days to see that it's doing well, and then you can adjust. So I use the example of if you're selling something and you see that a lot of people that are buying it, I said Adire, if you're selling Adire and you see that a lot of people that are buying this Adire in Kano, it might be best to just, pause your ad or edit your ad and then just target people around that area. Just know that you're focusing your marketing efforts to that area. So the buyer persona generally is your guide. The more specific you are, the better your ads will perform. So when you start with one persona, try it out, test it. And if it doesn't work, you go back, to the drawing board and keep adjusting. That's the thing about Facebook or Instagram ads or any ad generally. You just have to keep adjusting based on what is working so that you don't waste your money. Okay, so if you understand up to this point, please say yes. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. But I'm sure everyone actually understands. Thank you. I can see your comments. Thank you. Yes, okay. So I'm glad you understand. So we're going to go into A/B testing for performance. And what is A/B testing? It might sound dramatic, but it's just testing two things or two versions of the same thing to see which one works. I'm sure you've seen this advert a lot. I've been using it in the example. So this is A. Let's say this is copy A and this is copy B. The design is different. The words on it are different. The call to action is different. You just want to see which one is better, which one works better, which one will people click better. For example, I think for me personally, I would rather click learn more for this type of advert. Because when you say get paid faster, I really want to know what you're talking about as opposed to just sign up, right? This is the first advert says sign up. But I'm thinking I don't want to drop my email if I don't know what these people are talking about. But except their landing page has the full details before you now drop your email. But if you just click on it and it goes to a place where you have to drop your WhatsApp number or something like that, I would not select that option. I'd rather somewhere where I can learn more. So I'll just click on learn more, open their website and read more about it before I can now decide to drop my email. So it depends. Another person might think, okay, I don't want to read information. I just want to sign, I just want to sign up, let them be giving me money or whatever. So just make sure that whenever you are A/B testing, the two contents or the two copies that you are testing are not the exact same, because there's no point A/B testing if your content is the exact same. Clement says, what are we testing? So in this example, we're testing content. So content A says get paid faster and stay on top of cash flow. Get 90% off for 6 months. The ad doesn't really tell you what you are doing to get paid faster, right? And this one says get paid up to twice as fast. So that is the same thing they're telling you, but they've written it in different ways. This one sounds more, I'll say more appealing. If some people read this, they might think it's like MMM, for example. They might just think, oh, this doesn't sound right. Why am I getting paid twice as fast? And some people might actually want it. So whenever you're running an advert, and you want to A/B test, you can make sure that there are two variations or two versions of the same advert, and then you can see which one works best. So I'll give an example. Inspired Adara used a t-shirt in his last assignment, and he used the picture of a t-shirt on a bed or on a chair or something like that. So you can use that as advert one and say buy now. And then another one, two people are wearing the t-shirt, a guy and a girl. You can use that as advert two and say buy now. I'm 100% sure that the advert that will bring you the more results is probably advert two, because there are people in it, right? But if you run an advert like that, or if you A/B test, you test it and people end up going with the first one, then there's something going on in the society. But yeah, that's what A/B testing is. Please let me know if you understand before I go on. Okay, great. Thank you, Clemens. So testing two versions of the same thing or the same item or the same something, just two visuals, let people see two different things and then decide which one they will do better. So after a few days, you can go back to the advert and stop the one that is not performing well so that you're not wasting money. So when you're running an ad, it will tell you, do you want to run an A/B test? And then they will tell you to put another content copy or something like that, or like a different picture. So after a few days, make sure you go back to check your results and see which one is doing better, and then just stop the one that is not performing well so that you're not wasting your money. So this is what we can test. You can test videos, images, carousels, headlines, or call to actions. Like the example here is sign up versus learn more. So I gave you, the reason why I would rather go for learn more, but some people might not be patient enough to read information, and then they might just decide to go for the sign up options. So run both ads at the same time or for the same time and the same budget, so that it's not like one ad is being used, or we are spending more money on one ad, that's why it's doing better. You are doing the exact same thing for both adverts, which is how it makes it easier for you to know which one is working. So check which ad gets better conversion, so click, sales, engagement, and then keep that one running. I think I already mentioned that. So this is why it's important. It helps you find the best ad for your audience. It helps you know which one people like better. Helps you save money by focusing on what works. So the first point, find the best ad. So next time you're running an advert, you already know what your audience kind of likes. So you know the type of content to post, right? It saves money by focusing on what works, improves your ad performance over time. So let's go into Instagram ads. And thankfully, somebody already asked that, does iPhone charge, or does Apple charge you when you run ads? Yes, they do. So please, I'm going to show you how to run it on your laptop. That's what we're doing here. So you can select the post you want to post. That's the first step. So go to your Instagram.com on your laptop or on a laptop or a computer, and select login, select the post that you want to advertise, and then click on this icon here. You can see the blue icon where the cursor is moving. So the boost post. Then they'll show you your goals. You can see that the goals here are not as broad as what Instagram shows you. This one shows you just a few options. So you can either say you want them to visit your profile, visit your website, or message you. For the sake of this advert, I'm going to do profile visits, right? So I just left it there. And then they ask you to select your audience. So do you want them to help you select people that are similar to your followers? So this option sometimes is selected when maybe your followers are into fashion. Obviously, the people that follow them might also be into fashion. So you can decide to go for that option. But what I would suggest is to have your own audience. So you can manually create your own audience so that you can target them based on, your buyer persona and other targeting that we've already learned. And this is how to create your audience. So this is a video. Sorry, let me pause. This is a video that's going to show you how to create your audience. So, so I'm going to put my audience name as Babs, and then the age, the minimum age, because I don't think people are below 26 or 25 can afford it. So I set that minimum age, and then I'm going to show you here what happens when you select I think I told you about two conflicting locations. So they will pop up an error message very soon. I hope the video is clear enough. Actually, I can see it on my phone. So yeah. I picked Lagos and I picked Nigeria, and I showed the error message that Instagram popped up. So just see. Okay, so I'm going to pause so you can see it. So it says that this location overlaps with the ones you've already selected and will be removed when you click save. So because I already selected Lagos, they believe it's either you select, I was saying something, you can select a regional thing or local. So it's either I select Lagos, maybe Abuja, Port Harcourt, or select the whole of Nigeria. I can't have two overlapping locations, right? So if I select Nigeria, I have to remove Lagos State. And if you notice that as I'm selecting, if you look at the top, it's showing you the audience that you can reach. So here it says NA at the top because I had not selected a location. So if you can see it, yes, Ifeoluwa, when you're doing A/B testing, use the exact same thing, same target, same amount of money, same days of running the advert. So if you're running from Monday to Friday, same everything except the content itself. That's what you need to know which one works better. So yeah, you can see that Lagos, I haven't selected Lagos, so it's showing that it doesn't know, how the audience that we're reaching. But once I select Lagos, it switches here to great. So it tells me that my audience size is great, right? So if you're selecting something more local, you might get the notification where the line falls here, and they will probably suggest to you to, broaden your scope. So yeah, let's go back to Nigeria. And then I had to remove a location so that it will stop giving me the error message. So I untick Nigeria, and then I just decided to add more places. So Abuja, and I think I added an international location. So just to show you that you can run your adverts to different places when you want to run. So for this advert now, I want it to run in Lagos, I want it to run in Abuja, and I want it to run in London. And it shows me my audience size already, that I can actually reach this amount of people because of so those are the total amount of people in the location that we want to target. Okay, somebody is asking a question here. If the essence of content is educative, can one do one ad video and carousel for A/B test? Yes, you can. You can, so you know which one was. So I said you can do A/B testing with images, videos, or anything. So you can have different contents that you want to share or that you want to advertise. So you can do the video showing how to maintain the wig. And I'm not sure if you can run a carousel, but I'm sure you can run a video and a picture. But I'm not sure about carousel ads. I think you might have to run two different carousel ads, but I can check and then confirm. Please send me a message during the week and I'll let you know if I confirmed. For age, again, so for this advert, I don't want to sell to a certain generation or a certain age grade. So I've reduced, normally, I told you they give you 18 to 65. So I reduced the 65 to 50 something because I felt, that was more of my audience. This is just again, fake audience or anything. And then you can now select based on interest. So remember that the item I'm selling here now is a bag or, bags like I selected. So I'm selecting the interest based on people that I think will like the ad. Suleiman, I will open my Facebook, right? And then we'll play around with the amount of money and see if it gives us an error message for the minimum. The minimum has changed, so I'll do that. So for the bags, I'm selecting the people. So handbags, you can see they're different. If I just pause it here, you can see that when I type bags, there are different types of bags. So obviously I'm selling handbags, so I'm not going to click on luggage. So I can click on the bag as the accessories or the handbag. So that's what you do when you're targeting. They give you, Facebook does the exact same thing. So whenever you type your keywords, which is why you should know who your ideal audience is, when you type your keywords, to give you different options and then you can select. So I clicked bag accessories, fashion accessories, I clicked handbags, and then Instagram also now suggested a few things to me. So like backpack, wallets, online shopping, jewelry. And I know that people that want to buy bags on Instagram obviously would like online shopping there, online shopping. So I selected, the online shopping advert. So they suggested it to me, and then I selected, or you can select the option. So that's basically how to run an Instagram ad. And for this ad, I wanted to run to just women, so I clicked on female. And basically that's it. The next thing it will show you on the right is, my card is already there. So this one is not prepaid. It charges my card. And for the person that asked the question, you can see that it says you're avoiding the Apple service fee by boosting on the web. That's why I said you should, use the laptop, if you have a laptop or a computer to run the advert, so you're avoiding an extra service fee. So my advert costs 33 pounds and I'm running for just 33 pounds. So essentially that's basically how to create an ad. It's really nothing too dramatic. Is it advising to run onto my Facebook page connected to my, yeah, it's better to run it from your Facebook. So you're using the same budget for Facebook and Instagram. But there are some times that you want to just boost a post on Instagram, which is when this option comes in. So this one I'm showing you is just to boost one post on Instagram, right? But Facebook, you can do a larger option of things. They give you, if you notice that this Instagram ad were already almost done and you only had to select how many options, but Facebook gives you a fuller option. So you can run the ads to people on Facebook, or you can decide to even only run it to Instagram, but through Facebook, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, connect your pages and then run through Facebook. Um, Ads do not work. No, they don't have a better timing for ads. Informa is asking, do ads generally do better at weekends or working days? No, they don't have a certain time. But I have worked on campaigns where we wanted to target children, not children, well, students, secondary school students. And we realized that when we started running the ads for the first few weeks, we realized that they were only clicking on the adverts between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. So I'm guessing that's when they get back home, do their assignments, and have time for Instagram. So what we started doing was whenever we were running a Facebook ad, we would now ensure that the ad was only delivering at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. or between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you can also run that option on Facebook. Once you're running your ad, just make sure you read every step-by-step thing they show you and then see if it's relevant to click on it. So yeah, they don't particularly work on weekends or weekdays because people are on their phones or their mobiles or their laptops or anything 24 hours, 7 days a week these days. So, but it depends on your customer or your client, your ideal client. So if it's working people that only go online during lunch break or something, if you're running a Facebook ad, I think you can select the timing or the amount of hours that you want it to run. And yeah, that's best for most people just run their ads through the day, except you have a specific timing that you want to target. So this 33, oh, this was just a mock thing. So it was 33 pounds for how many days was the ad going to run? Hold on. I don't know. Oh yeah, so sorry, we're still on the budget. So yeah. Um this is the budget per day. So on Instagram, it shows you to move this thing around. So if I had put it here, it would tell me that the ad will not deliver because they want a minimum of £3 per day now. Before I could run a £1 per day advert, but when I put it on £1, so it goes 1, 3, 4, 5 to get. So if I decide to run a £1 advert, the error message would have been that your ad might not bring results. So I decided to put it at £4 per day or £3 per day, which is why it was £33. So it was £3 per day for 10 days. But I just moved it around to let you know that you can move around your budget and then it will keep showing you your estimated reach whenever you move it around. So if I had moved it to here and said £30 per day, the likely reach would be tens, 10,000s here that if you show me here. So just whenever you want to run your ad, just play around with this and see which one really works well for you, right? Someone said £33. Well, I think you should multiply by 2,000. Yeah, so Ayobanjo has already replied you actually. So for this ad, I selected the option to run the ad until I pause it, which I don't think you should if you're doing it now because you might not remember to come and stop the advert. So your option might be to select a duration like the one I showed you on Facebook, where you can say run this ad till Friday or run it till Sunday next week. So that makes it stop automatically when you would have already calculated it. So if you want £4 per day, and your total budget is maybe £20, you know that you should be running for 5 days. So when you set your duration for 5 days, so that when the £20 is done, the advert automatically stops by itself and you're not spending extra money from your card because it's not prepaid. Remember, I showed you that my card is already on it. So if I don't stop the advert, they will keep taking their money. So yeah, I told you. So it was £33, sorry, over 11 days, 3 days. So if you decide to set a duration, you can see it here. So this is setting your ad without a duration, and this is setting your ad with a duration. So if I move it back to 3,000, I wanted to show you the difference. So if it's £4 daily, it was 540 to 1,400 estimated daily reach. And now that it is oh sorry. And now that it is £3 daily, it's showing me the estimated reach to be 4,500 to 12,000 over 11 days, right? So this shows you daily reach. This shows you the total estimated reach because I've already selected 11 days. Let me know if you understand this part. Type yes or ask a question in the chat. Okay, great, 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 great. So, so that's it about Instagram ads, and then we're going to do one more poll. I think this is the last poll for today. What is the most successful factor what's the most important factor for a successful Facebook or Instagram post? Please, Godwin, put up the poll. Thank you. I will just wait for the poll results to come up. But please, if you have any questions or you're confused, do let me know. Okay. Please, why did nobody pick compelling ad copy? Because I've actually spoken about that a lot, that your ad copy has to be compelling. You have to write something that will make people want to click on your ad. But anyways, this is a trick question, actually. The first three are very important factors. Your visuals have to be good. Your copy has to be good. If you remember what a copy is, so let me break it down. Your visuals are the graphics or the video that you post. Your ad copy is what you write with it. Like Inspired Adara did an example where he said, selling fast now, buy it before it's sold out. So that's your ad copy. And then targeting the right audience. So actually everybody was right. It's just, it was a trick question. So the first three are very important. Posting at the right time doesn't really matter. No matter what time you post your content, yeah, this is for adverts. So it's what time when you start running the advert that you know the results of the advert. So posting at the right time doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about here. So I'm glad everybody understands Facebook ads. And then now we're going to just look into some case studies. So why I asked that trick question was because I wanted to show you content copies, right? So this Black Friday, Jumia Black Friday sales, this is their call to action, which is get ready. I'm guessing it's probably went to Jumia or to tell you to give them your email so that they can remind you when the Black Friday sales actually starts. But they used a video carousel to show you a video ad, I mean, to show you the types of contents or the types of things that will be on Black Friday sale. So they didn't only show this as a video, but this was a screenshot. So they showed different things that can be sold or that will be sold during the Black Friday show. And you can see the image. This is what I was saying. So the image, they seem happy, it's exciting. They've used images of what is being sold as well. So even if you don't remember you want to buy something, you see it here in their video, you can, you automatically say, oh, I need this thing. So let me save this advert or let me put my email so that they can remind me when it's time, right? So they used their visual. Remember in the poll, the first one was visual content, which everyone selected. But their copy as well is important, up to 80% of that's the content copy. Let your pocket breathe. These are things that are going to attract you when you read or see their advert. So your content copy is also very, very, very important. And the result of this ad was that their sales increased by 200% in 1 week, right? And you can see that they have their logo as well. So to build brand recognition, use bright colors. We talked about colors in the first session. So nothing too dull or, make sure that your advert is looking very appealing. And the second case study is Konga. So they did a flash sales thing. So flash sales was like, I think it's their Konga Yakata or whatever they do. So what they used was a carousel with different things. So you can see that it's the same thing. This is Black Friday sales, but they used a video to showcase here for Jumia. And Konga has decided to use a carousel and they have the shop now link. So here they're just telling you to go to their website and just buy whatever you want to buy. Yeah, and they got 50% more website visits in 3 days. So you see how the call to action really, matters in content and the type of content you're showing as well. They don't really have people here, they have more visuals. Well, it's a flash sale, so they want you to buy ASAP, which is why their call to action was shop now. But these ones were trying to remind you that the sales were coming up. They hadn't particularly started, so that's why the call to action is not really giving some form of urgency. So again, use high quality images and videos, add your logo to build brand recognition, use bright colors to grab attention. And yeah, so the person that was asking about Meta, I think, the app. So we're going to go into tools for tracking your ad performance. The first one is the Meta Business. So this is what it looks like if you want to download it in your App Store, your Play Store. This is where you can track your Facebook performance. This is where you can run your ads. This is where you can see your results, like what we talked about last week. So your clicks, your impressions, um, and everything related to Meta platforms, so your Facebook and Instagram platforms. There's Google Analytics. So we're going to do Google Ads next week and LinkedIn ads, probably TikTok as well. So there's Google Analytics to track your Google results. So if you're running a YouTube ad, for example, this is where to go. For LinkedIn, you use the Sales Navigator. So for people that are running businesses, so for the Norina, I think that's the name of the company, you would rather use probably a LinkedIn ad to reach out to more professionals. So this is the platform that you should use. And yeah, so key tips for successful ads, again, I can overemphasize clear and simple language, add a strong call to action, test different ad formats, track your ad performance regularly. So these are the four key things that are very, very, very important when you're running your adverts. So before I show you the assessment for this week, I'll just try to open my personal Facebook and show you how to run a Facebook ad. Just 1 second, thanks for open it up. Okay, so I'm going to share. So please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, great. Sorry, your messages are coming in a little too, I don't know, they're coming a little late. So how I got to this page was I just opened let me do it again for you so you can see. So I just opened my regular Facebook. And then again, the 9 dots on the top, and then you click on, scroll down, Ads Manager. So you can see it here. So this is how you do, or this is how you check your ads on the laptop. You can also use the business suite, but I use Ad Manager. So we're going to create an advert now. So I'm going to create one ad for you to see. What campaign objective should we use, guys? Maybe let's try awareness. Oh no, actually, let's do traffic. Let's do traffic. So this is what I showed you. So they're telling me, do I want to use the recommended settings or manual? I'm going to use manual because I want to have more control. Clement, you can run an advert. It's not particularly that a laptop is better. You can do it on the app on your phone. Yes, and if Facebook Ads Manager, yeah, it controls Instagram ads. So I'll show you what I mean. So let's do this as Adara Foundation. So let's say I want to just run an Adara Foundation ad. They're asking me, you can see special ad categories. There are some types of ads that you have to declare, which is sometimes you need an ID card and things like that. So it gets very dramatic. So that's if you're doing anything political, social, employment, and things like that. They might buy your ads if you just run them generally. So this doesn't really concern us. So I'm going to leave that section. And our campaign objective obviously is traffic, like we selected it, but you can change it if you decide to change it here. So they ask you if you want a spending limit. I don't put a spending limit, so I just leave it there because I can still later set my how much I want my ad, to how much I want to spend for my ad. You can do this. So if you have more than one ad set, so when you open an ad, you have this. It first shows you your ad, what do you call them now? It's not your ad set. So you have your full advert, like your full campaign, then you have an ad set, and then you have your ad itself, right? So if you want to run more than one ad set, so this is Adara now. If I want to do one ad set for Adara Foundation social media training and another ad set for Adara Foundation content creation training or something like that, I can have two different ad sets and decide to select this, if I turn this on, it will use the same budget for both ad sets, right? But we're not doing that, we're only running one ad. And this is where you see A/B tests. So they say improve ad performance by comparing versions to see what works best. But for the sake of this advert, we're not going to A/B test. I'm just going to show you how to run a regular advert. So we've selected traffic and then we move on to the next page. So for the ad set, I'm going to name it social media training. So you can see that it's Adara Foundation and I've put it as social media training. If you look on the right, you see that these things keep changing depending on what I select. So if I want them to send it to Instagram now, for the person that just asked, oh, if someone said, if on what part do you not understand, please let me know. So what we're doing now is to run a Facebook ad, right? So we started from the beginning. The first thing when you select to run an ad, let me start again. We only have a few minutes left, so I'm just going to run it one more time. So when you create a campaign, you have campaign, you have your ad set, and you have your advert. Your advert is the actual advert that people will see. Your ad set can be, you can have more than one advert in one ad set, and you can have more than one ad set in one campaign, right? So let's create a campaign now, a traffic campaign, right? And I will call the campaign Adara Foundation because it is for the Adara Foundation training, right? So, and then I'm going to leave every other thing here because it doesn't really concern us right now. And I will now say for this particular ad set or for this particular advert I want to run it for the social media training, right? So I'll click social media training. So you can see it's already popping up the one I just did. So maybe I had one social media training before and I want to have another one. I can name it social media training 2. Okay. And the destination now, I want it to go to Instagram instead of my website or instead of calls or instead of WhatsApp. Let's say I want it to go to Instagram. And so you can see my client's page here. So if your pages are linked, you can always change whatever page you want to select. So I have a lot of pages under my name. So I'm going to just change it to, let me see. Actually, I'll just leave it on one of my clients' profiles so you can just see what I mean. So for the page I want to use for this profile, I'm going to use her Facebook page. They'll ask you where you want the destination to be. You know, I said I want it to go to Instagram. So I'll just select only Instagram here. I won't select Facebook. I don't want the ad to deliver to Facebook, even if I'm running it through Facebook, but I want it to deliver to Instagram. And then for the person that asked about budget, so I'm going to try to do a daily budget of 1,000 or 100 naira. And you can see that it says your budget must be at least 1,550 or your ads may not deliver. And it's already giving you an error message here on the right side saying your budget must be at least a certain amount. So if they say it has to be 1,550, so let me do 1,600. And then the error message goes away. That's why I say you have to play around with what you can afford, right? So I'm setting the daily budget, but I want to set an end date. And they've already preset 7 days for me based on the budget. But what if I don't want it to run for 7 days? So maybe I want it to run till April. You can change it here and the time as well. So that means you're going to be spending 1,600 every day until April 22nd. If you don't want to do it that way, you can set a lifetime budget, which is what I usually use. So you can see that if you want to set it's telling me that 69,000 that Facebook automatically put there is a bit too high. So if I put 3,000 naira, it will tell you that for the amount of days that you want to run your advert, you need to spend at least 58,900. So here's what you do in this case, right? If I reduce the number of days you see that the amount of money will change. So now if I want it to run no longer till 22nd of April, I want it to run till the 1st of April, I still need to spend at least 26,000. But if I want it to run just from March 15th, which is today, to maybe March 20th, I need to spend at least 7,000. So if that is what your money can handle, just set it there. So I just put a lifetime budget of 8,000, right? So that's what the Facebook will take out, or that's what I will use during this time period. So between March 15th and March 20th, that's what I'm going to use. So I was saying something about running ads on a schedule. So if you want to run your adverts on a schedule, you can decide to pick Mondays between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. For the daily budgets, it means, so you put your card on Facebook, or you can load money into your prepaid. So if you load 10,000 to your Facebook, they'll be taking it out of there. But if you put your card, they'll be taking it from your card every day, right? So it might be a better option to load your money on Facebook, like just put it on Facebook, or yeah, that might be a better option. But just make sure you don't spend, or you don't, when you are doing your budgeting here, don't spend more than what is already in the account, or they might block your Facebook account. So I think it was Clement that asked about time. I'm not sure who did. So you can decide to set Mondays from 6 p.m. to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 p.m., right? Or you can decide to just run a full, just turn it off, and then it should run 24 hours, 7 days a week. To do the prepaid e-commerce, so if you go to your, we have about 7 minutes more, but you've already seen location, right? So I don't need to show you the location anymore. And then you can go next and then set your advert. So the advert will be a video ad. And then I can select a video from one video that I posted before and write my content here, buy now, blah, 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 blah. And this is what I was saying about the ad preview. So on the right side, it will show you how it should look on stories, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram feed, Facebook feed. So it will show you the different things, the different ways to show on the explore page, on the reels, if you look on the right. So you can see different options. So you adjust your sizing based on that, right? And then the last thing to do is to select your call to action, because I want it to deliver to Instagram. It has automatically put it as visit Instagram profile. So that's what they will show people. So you can see it here, visit Instagram profile, and then you just publish your ad. That's basically it. And then the ad will start delivering. But for adding your money, so you go to your business suite or your ads manager. So I'm doing that right now. I hope you can still see. Okay, it's coming up. You go to this place, so payment settings, that's where your card billings and payments on the left side. And then you can add funds. So if you see it here, I don't use this ad account because it's my personal name. So I don't use that to run an advert. I use clients ad accounts. So you can see that it says prepaid balance 0 naira. So you can decide to add funds and then put your card details. The card I have here expired in 2023. So you can use different options. You can do pay by bank transfer. So you put the particular amount you want to run. So if you want to load 40,000 or 4,000, for example, you can load the 4,000, select the option you want and use it to load your account. But make sure when you're running your advert, you don't run an advert that is higher than that 4,000 naira, or else you'll be owing Facebook and it might be difficult for you to handle your accounts properly without them continuing to just block it or buy it. So yes, that's basically uh, how to run an advert. You can add another payment method if you want to add a card. So for people that don't want to load their accounts, you can decide to add a payment method and leave your card there. So I had a card there before that they just used to charge, or I can just decide to add funds here. So if you have personal questions or if you need guidance or anything, you can just send me a message on WhatsApp. And so for the assignment of the week, sorry, I know it might not be easy for everyone to run an ad. So, but if you have the funds and you don't mind running an advert, even if it's just for a day, I just want to make sure that you grasp what we're doing. So the advert for today is to run, I think an A/B test might be okay. So don't run the advert. You know what you can do? Give two different designs. So for whatever business you run. So if it's the Adire, give me two different ways that you can write your copy or run your content, like the one I showed you where they wrote it in two different ways. So if you were A/B testing, give me two different samples of how you can do it, the ad you want to run. So I want to see the design, the caption, and everything. So you don't have to particularly run an ad. But if you want to just try running an advert, then you can follow the steps on Facebook or on the Meta Business Suite and send me screenshots you know, of the steps that you've taken so I can see that you understand how to target. You don't have to actually click to run the advert, but just send screenshots. Yes, if I might have run through the assignment submission, yeah, I believe you can pay in Naira. I believe you can pay in because I have people that I know that pay in Naira. But if you are owing them, you usually have to use a dollar card to clear your debt before you can now continue. So I hope the assignment is clear. I'll post it on the group. I'll post the link to share it. If you are sharing your assignment, I'll suggest because sometimes people post multiple screenshots, then I don't know which person posted which. I have to keep, using a lot of brain work. So maybe just let me know which ones are yours or something like that. Maybe put a watermark or something like that so I can really understand. But yeah, just give me two different copies that you can run for whatever business that you do. And if I'm up for the assignments, I will show you. So we had Ifeoluwa, Norina, and the Adire. So for Inspired Adire, for example, the shirt that he just puts on the bed, you can do another example can be somebody wearing it. That's the AB type of test. For Norina, another copy. So struggling with marketing, she can write something, maybe it can be a person's picture now, and the call to action can be something different. And for Ifeoluwa, so this is a wig. She made a video of the wig, like revamping and things like that. And she can also have a design that says we now revamp or something. So just do two different designs and let me see what you want, or what you've done, sorry. So thank you guys for joining. If you have questions again, please just send them to me on WhatsApp and I'll always respond. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for that amazing session. Please guys, hold on. We have some videos for everyone here. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, it's up now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. So yeah. So we have so there's a program we call Next Level Funding that is being of course organized by Adara Foundation. So the whole idea of this Next Level Funding is to award grants to young entrepreneurs that have businesses that, creates a pipeline for employment or is very scalable, viable, and innovative. And we did the first cohort of this program last year, and currently we have open applications for the second cohort of this program. So if you're interested, because I believe a high chunk of people here are actually entrepreneurs, and you might need some level of funding for your businesses. Please click the link. So I have the commission manager. Please put the link in the reposted. Okay, so please post it in the chat room, and please take a stab at it. Apply. So there's no limitation to your location. Wherever you are in Nigeria, you can apply. And if you meet our criteria, there will be an online pitch session where you can come and give us an elevation pitch, explaining why you deserve the grant. So we have 500,000 for three winners. This is which is 1.5 million. So I urge every one of us to take a step at this apply. If you know you are not interested, you have friends that are interested, that are young entrepreneurs that have scaling business ideas. So we don't fund ideas, right? We only fund people that have businesses. So your business has to be one or has to be operating for a period of, let's say, 6 months or thereabouts before you can apply. So thank you so much for everyone. Also, if you have any questions, please, I will advise you join our WhatsApp community so that you can have access to a facilitator, have access to the community managers, and any question generally you have about Adara Foundation, feel free to drop your questions there. Also, please do follow us on all social media platforms so that we can have first-hand information about the exciting programs like this. So see you guys next Saturday. Thanks for joining the session. Have a good evening.